Alright. Did I get them both running? Maybe. Alright. We are live with Zotian Epoch episode 43. Welcome everyone. It's going to be a bit of a short one today as stuff and things and stuff that you don't need to know, dear viewer. But basically a little bit short today. Last time we played this game was 2 weeks ago, and the party members moved into their new house in Duskford, which is the nice part of town. They spent the big bucks on the good house, and although it came with a murder scene when they were first looking at it, but Avlad's crew did manage to clean it up and empty it of all stains and marks and body parts before they took delivery. The party took some time to buy some furniture, have it delivered, and order up some things to make the house a bit more livable. Later in that evening, the gals went off and went shopping for some henchmen, as the party is interested in chasing down some of the ruins and other marked things surrounding the city of Talorn, in an effort to do whatever they believe is going to be helpful with that. What I mean to say is, there's a lot of cult activity, and from what I understand, they're attempting to figure out what the cult's goals are, or just punch them in the face. That's kind of up to them. I don't know their motives. That's up for us to learn. So, they managed to speak to a ship captain and employ them for a short trek, or not a short trek, but a trek up the river, up to the point where the river gets too small for a boat to go down. That's at the end of the swamp, and they're chasing down a couple points of interest. The contracted sailors do have prior obligations, and they may need to leave a bit early, depending on how this journey goes. However, they are willing to help out in combat if needed, depending on what the party finds. Is there anything I've left out, or anything you'd like to add for the players here?
We had a really cool fight last time.
Yeah.
Jaina got hit really hard, and that's all she can remember about it.
There was a tussle
Oh,
on the
man.
south end of town in which Jaina just wanted to sleep in her own house that night, as she is from the Port of Talorn. But fortunately or unfortunately, she took the albatross up into the sky and managed to find some cultists doing a little ritual outside the city. Turns out there was going to be an invasion of giant spiders, but they caught it just in time. And the starving did manage to bring some reinforcements eventually. Turtleberry showed up as well to assist. And there was some wallops and some guffaws. Fortunately, the party was successful and got through it. And the city was saved from the spider invasion, which was cool. Because that was just going to be a little cheeky thing that they came back to after their journey out of the swamp. But, not everything is meant to be.
It's that one in the bud.
Yeah, got it right there, right away.
Yes, we got one of the buds. Now we need to get the roots.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
A
else
bit of
these
pruning.
weeds will keep coming back.
They are like weeds, aren't they not?
I will say, after the this may not matter in game terms, if we get a rest after anyway, but for flavor, after the fight, Samira would have dumped what she has left of her lay on hands into poor Jaina to get her
Yeah,
some hit points back.
we can hop on over to that scene as well, just in case there's anything you want to do.
We already the loot off of these guys and gave some of it to Avlet and them, right?
I don't believe that was ever verbalized, but you're certainly welcome to.
Oh,
I
yes.
think we ended like right when we killed the last one.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sounds
because it was
Right.
like right at the cutoff, so we just kind of did a unceremonial end to the session. But yeah, the last spider was killed. Let's see.
got thunderstruck.
Yeah. And you just have Turtleberry and Avlad's men around. If we'd like to pick up at the end of that battle, we're certainly welcome to. If that seems like an appropriate starting place for y'all.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, Leo's picking through pockets.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like my hit points saved. I don't remember. I think I was at 12, so I'm just gonna put myself at 12.
Fair enough.
Okay. Um,
Yeah, I think while Leo goes through the pockets of the various um, enemies we fought,
yeah.
Samira will find Jaina and offer. Well, first, I guess let's. How is Jaina coping with being attacked, getting hit?
I think she is like kind of shocked, but and like just like touching the place and kind of wincing.
I think there's a little like it's very gentle, but Samira comes up and sort of like bats your hand away from the wound,
Ah,
like uh, don't touch it. You might the wound might fester.
noted. I'll stop. And she like holds onto her wrist.
Here, let me help. And Samira will ironically lay her hand on Jaina, but
I thought you said.
but Samira's hand is laced with divine energy, and she will put 10 points of healing
Wow.
into our fine wizard lizard.
Wizard.
Lizard. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Gigi, quit fussing. Damn. Go do something else. Sorry.
I think for Jaina, this feels like there's a little bit of a sting to it, kind of like if you know like having a wound cleaned. There's just a touch of a sting, but I think there's also like a warmth as you feel your body knit back together under the healing power of this divine energy.
We'll sort of look at you for a second and kind of look down at the wound and say, "So you can touch my wounds?"
It's it's different when you can heal them.
I guess
A
so, yeah.
healing touch. A healing touch will help the wound, but another touch can only make it harder to heal.
Okay, gotcha.
Did you stop bugging me?
Well,
Sorry.
good thing we stopped these guys, huh?
Samira looks back over her shoulder at the giant spider corpse. Very good, I think.
That's next on Leo's list.
Leo wants to eat a spider?
No, Leo is going to harvest from the spider. I'm
I
sure
see.
there's something on the spider that can be useful.
We'll see.
With the cultist dead, can I get Oberon to about face and
Yeah, Oberon fucked off into the ocean. Not into the water, but like over the ocean. But yeah, you can contact the Albatross and have him return. It'll take him a little while, but he is on his way.
neat.
Yeah, I think Samira will tell Jaina that was good work spotting what was going on.
Oh, it was all Oberon.
Okay.
Don't give me too much credit. And she'll sort of start walking around and looking at people, I guess. Just processing it.
Mm-hmm. I think Samira will go and find Turtleberry. And once she has found Turtleberry, she will extend a hand. The help was much appreciated.
Sorry, everybody. I had to go AFK for a quick minute because my cat is being unreasonable and selfish, so I had to deal with that. Okay. What happened in the last minute? I apologize. I heard something about Turtleberry.
Jaina and Samira finished talking, and Samira has just come over to thank Turtleberry for showing up,
Okay.
helping out.
Yeah, of course. We were short-handed, but I happened to be talking to one of the starving, and word got through that something was going down south of town, so I and some of Avled's men headed on down, and glad we found you.
So are we.
So, more of these cultists, huh? They brought some funky creatures.
Seems like they were gonna bring a lot more, but we closed the portal in time, luckily.
Yeah, I'd say so. He kicks one of the corpses of the giant spiders.
Have they ever tried anything like this before?
Well, to be honest, since y'all showed up, I hadn't seen many cultists before. So, no. I guess the closest thing we've had is dealing with the Diamond Cross, but that's kind of always been there. But hearing more and more about their connection with the cult makes me wonder how much of their activity has been because of the cult. Or, I don't know how old their alliance is, but oddly enough, the Diamond Cross has been quieter around Taloran lately. I don't know why.
Interesting. Well, we should keep a careful eye on things. They may be growing bolder.
If that is what you say it is, and that's intended to be an invasion, I'd say yeah. That's pretty bold. Especially a town full of relatively rough people that do know how to fight.
Well, on the plus side, it'll be easier to convince people that there's a problem with the giant spider carcass at the door.
Yeah, maybe. I think most will brush it off as a random monster. Not that monsters come roaming into town often, but it does happen. And the portals, I'm not sure we're going to be able to convince everyone that that's a thing, but I did see it with my own two eyes. But other groups in town are perhaps a bit more focused on their business than the town itself.
Oh, would have to convince everyone. Just enough.
See what I can do to spread the word.
I'd appreciate it.
He walks over to
Do you
one
know
of the
where our...
blue spiders. A bit smaller, but these were the ones responsible for the portals. He crouches down and is looking at it. Samira, you were about to say something.
she was going to ask Turtle, do you know where our new place is? Did we tell you?
No, I don't think. I didn't know that you had a place. I thought you were still staying with
It's a
Jardine.
recent development
I
as
see.
he is
It is
thinking through these cultists.
very recent. We'll give you the address. If you have people, as you're spreading the word about this, if you have people who are interested in doing something about it, tell them that's the place to find us and that we'll be there. Oh, not too long. We'll be out of town for a little while, but we'll be back.
Well, what are your intentions with the doing something about it? So I can be a little more clear to my to the people I end up talking to.
Somebody's got to attack the cult. They're too big to and too slippery to attack directly, but if the Diamond Cross are part of their network here, we can attack them.
He kind of went. His face grimaces as you say that. He stops picking through the blue spider. I don't know that I want to pick a fight with a Diamond Cross, if I'm honest.
Samira will sort of look uh, vaguely toward where the portal was and say, "Things are going to get worse. The cult will grow bolder and more violent until they achieve whatever ends they have here. There are going to be people who are eager to strike back. It would be better that we organize and work together than have people run off on their own to try and accomplish what they can."
His head just kind of lolls back and forth. He's clearly thinking. Do you mind giving me a persuasion check, please?
I do not mind at all.
And I would like it flavored.
Yeah.
In the sense of, like, some sort of descriptor that might connect with Turtle. He is on your side. I will inform you that he is not someone that needs to be convinced, but he may have trouble convincing others.
hmm I think the sort of angle Samira comes at this with is it's just the Diamond Cross now, at least for a lot of people, but soon the cult will be confident enough to strike in full force, and at that point, what can you hope to do other than unite and stand against them? But we have a chance now. Hit them before they are organized and prepared to take out their funding and to limit their movements here. To do that rids us of the Diamond Cross themselves to victory, but it also prepares us better for the upcoming and inevitable battle.
All right, roll them dice.
Rolling. Oh, that's so mean for my first roll of the night.
Yeah, it is. Also, Sarah says ketchup, so spread ketchup on the spiders and eat up the ketchup. The ketchup covered spiders. Okay. 8. Just think about that. How about I'll flavor it this way? Because you received an 8 and the flavor has already been provided, you know as you're saying these things to Turtle that it's kind of falling not on flat ears on his part, but where he's just trying to still find the angle for the town itself. He replies to you, I hear what you're saying. I gotta think of something that works for the folks at Talorn, because, you know, you might not be from here. People are kind of not vigilant in that way. Many are sort of in their own thing. A sense of community is not in everyone's heart around here. Many are here just to make a quick buck, whether that's by blood or gold or whatever's going on. But I will say this. There are plenty in town that don't particularly love the Diamond Cross. Some do have love for the Diamond Cross around here. But I gotta think of something. I'll have to get back to you on how to do this. If you come up with ideas, though, we'll appreciate them.
See what we can do. In the meantime, I won't ask you to convince anybody who is not willing to be convinced, but if people come to you looking for something to do, point them our way.
Yeah. Do you have any compensation in mind?
We'll be able to pay and potentially house and arm people. We're thinking of this as a militia of sorts.
Militia? Well, how big of a house did you get?
We'll spread out across a couple of properties. We have enough room for a few people now, but as we grow, we have the means to purchase a larger barracks.
He shrugs. If you say so.
The important thing is to get people, even if it's only a handful, organizing around this. Once we get started, I think it'll be easier to draw others in.
Yeah, most likely. Well, it's pretty late. I'm glad I was able to help out, but I'm gonna have to go home and get some sleep. The well, my cousins, they got some things I gotta take care of in the morning. And yeah.
Emir will clap him on the shoulder and say, "Good to go. Rest well. Thank you again for your help."
Of course. He waves to the various starving that are around there, and says his farewells, and they take off back into the town towards the road again, and you see them disappear off into the bush as you are all standing on rocky coastal grounds. It's kind of marshy, it's kind of soft, a bit sandy, but with large stone rocks that you kind of slip on as you walk around. They're covered in that slick moss. Leo, you've been rummaging around the cultists. Unfortunately, the spiders didn't really carry anything just based on the fact that they're spiders. But you are welcome to
Mhm.
take their chitin, their exoskeleton, their meat, and anything else that you might think of from their actual physical bodies if it's useful to you.
Yeah, he's harvesting the spiders. He's not looting. Is there a chance I could get some of their poison?
Sure, yeah. Actually, I want a survival check for that.
Okay. That's what I was waiting for.
1 to 3. Yeah, you managed to collect 5 vials of spider poison.
Sweet.
Regarding the blue spiders, though, would you like to try and collect anything from them?
Yes?
That'd be the portal spiders.
Yes.
They're not on the screen right now,
He'll
but they're
get
there.
he'll get what he can out of them. It's it doesn't really matter the specifics of what the spiders have on them. More
Okay.
of a it's a whatever they got, sort of vibe.
Okay. I would just put that up to a general survival check again, unless you want to do medicine and try and find something specifically medicinal. If there is such a
Spiders
thing.
don't often have things medicinal as far as I'm aware.
You never know.
It's true. I wouldn't. Probably not gonna get a
No.
11.
Unfortunately, all you find is some meat with that one.
Nah, pity. Oh well.
Would you like the spider meat, or is this something disgusting to you?
Probably similar to crab, so Leo probably wouldn't have too much of a problem with it.
Okay. I'll just say you have 5 rations of spider meat then. I am. I'll attribute it. I'll attribute it to you later.
Okay. The any equipment he got off of the cultists and
The equipment is
plus
listed in our chat on Discord. There's 1 set of 1 and 2 set of 2. The 2 are just kind of garbage stuff, but the one, the leader of the group, did have some interesting things.
yeah, he'll pass You'll pass the he'll pass them 3 spears, um, a scimitar, an extra long sword.
Wait, what are you saying?
Um, oh, Leo's giving Avled's crew some stuff.
Oh, from your inventory.
Yeah, he's tossing
Okay.
extra on top.
Okay, because I'm
Um,
like I thought we were talking about what the cultists themselves had on them because you were looting them, so I didn't realize you were
oh yeah,
handing shit over.
yeah, yeah. He's handing a few things over. The only thing he's not really handing over is that potion of healing. He's like, yoink, that's mine.
Oh, Jaina doesn't have a invisibility ring on her.
Oh,
There,
you can have that then.
there
Yeah.
is one available. Yeah.
He'll just
Very
literally
sad.
like, here, have one.
Oh,
These things are like
okay.
candy to these cultists.
All right. Okay.
It's literally just a ping over to you.
I love it.
Neat.
As you're rummaging through things, Crasted spies the spear that you're pulling from the leader of the cultists. Hey, do you think I could grab that? Kind of always wanted to try one.
Hands over one of the 3 spears that are now in him. So yeah, he can have one of the spears.
Cool. Thank you.
Uh, do you want a longsword too? I got a couple of them.
Well, I have my short sword. I think that plus a spear is going to be plenty for me for now.
All right. Then Avled's crew will get 1 spear, 2 spears. Wait, no. 1 spear, 2 long swords, a pair of scimitars, um, let's see the other stuff. A set of leather armor, and that'll be it. He'll keep the potion of healing, the ration, the dagger, and the leather armor that they can split amongst themselves.
Huh?
Since apparently cultists don't carry money.
They don't. Who needs money when you have the blessings of the old ones?
Yuck.
It's greasy and it's free.
You'd think that they have like maybe some coppers or some silvers on them, but nope, they have nothing because they apparently don't need to eat food.
Yeah. I think they kind of beat to their own drum, as it were. Oh, combat's
As
initiated.
someone
That's why.
practiced in criminal enterprises, Leo does not like these people at all.
Yeah, they're not your typical criminals. They don't really give a shit about enterprise in the traditional sense.
Yes, and when Leo is done, he's going to he's gonna hang their bodies around. Just
Oh, where?
just around the just around the site where they were, uh doing stuff.
Okay, because not many people are gonna see. Huh.
Exactly. That's the point. These are
Okay, because you're
the
kind of out
only
of the
people who
way.
would
You'd see it from the ocean, maybe, if you happen to go down there. Um, yeah, it's not an area where
the
people
only
are like
people
hanging out.
yeah, the point is the only people who would see these, these bodies are people who came looking for them.
Okay, fair.
If somebody decides to come looking for them, of course, which, is highly unlikely, but who cares?
You never know. If they don't get a call back, they might come looking. So yeah, you take some time to look for a suitable branch among the trees that are around you. You find some tall enough and sturdy enough, and you string up the cultists. I'm assuming by their neck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Do you do anything with the spiders? Though you've rummaged through them and mangled them a bit, do you include them in this display?
Sure, why not? Just
Okay.
like little bits of like spiders on, the stuff he couldn't harvest is just, grafted to like parts of the cultists.
Oh, a little bit of modern art, I suppose.
Yes, Leo is turning into a serial killer. Hey.
Okay. Right on.
Just gonna look away as he does that.
Just gluing random spider legs onto these dead cultists.
Yeah. A little bit too much for poor Jaina's stomach right now.
This is Leo adding insult to injury. You can tell he does not like these people at all.
Yeah, Leo seems a bit unhinged, Jaina, as you're watching him do this. There's just sort of like his eye might be twitching a little bit, and he's just kind of muttering to himself as he's chopping up these bodies and attaching them to the cultists, shoving random spider mandibles in the cultists' mouths, whatever the heck is going on with him. He's just kind of having a moment as he sets up this gruesome display.
I think in this moment, Jaina's just glad he's on my side.
Certainly. Need to live in my lap.
I picture Samira and Crasted also standing there watching on, occasionally doing like the little like head tilt to see it from a different angle.
Crested seen this sort of stuff before. This is not surprising to Crested.
Well, maybe he's
Not surprising, just
critiquing
interesting
the
to watch.
placement. Like, oh no,
Yeah.
that one's a little crooked. Are you sure you want it that crooked?
Oh, thanks. Adjust it slightly.
Horrible.
I don't think that mandible's quite centered.
Oh, thanks. Centers it a little bit more. Then kind of shifts it to the left a little bit. That's better.
You look like creatures now, says Crasted.
Everyone's
Extremely,
critiquing Leo's version of modern art with body horror bodies.
extremely creative gibbeting.
I think this would upset them, especially because they love being human so much. Now they don't look so human.
Well, they sure love complaining and saying humans are better, and now I'm proving points.
They are quite pointy.
Mm-hmm.
Backup cat has arrived in my lap. Good. Other cat left. All right. After spending some time on the beach, making weird art, it's pretty late at night. How are y'all feeling? What would you like to do?
Go back to the house and go to bed.
Okay. Is that a general
Samira
consensus
will
here?
ask. Samira will ask Jaina directly, like, would you still prefer to sleep in your own bed, or?
No, I'll get a bedroll.
We'll find you a warm corner.
Thank you.
Leo ordered a bed for them.
Is the bed set up yet, though?
I don't think. Yeah, the beds
It's
haven't
been that
arrived
time.
yet.
This is like literally the evening.
Yeah, it's the evening after
yeah.
you order these things. Some basic furniture came, but nothing big and bulky like that.
That's okay. Samira has spent enough time in all kinds of sleeping situations. She can help Jaina get comfortable.
I'm sure the floor of a mansion is a much nicer place than many places y'all have slept.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Samira had to sleep in a swamp on the way down here.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I used to sleep in a cave, like when I was a kid.
All the time.
Yeah. Never
I've
saw the
slept in a
surface,
lot of
actually.
places. Slept in trees. I've slept in holes. I slept in a prison cell. I slept in actual beds. Slept in a lot of places.
Well, once I got my house, I kind of stopped sleeping anywhere else. So might be the first time in a while.
I think when I was younger, it was easier to find places to sleep.
And then the cult, I guess.
Well, originally it was something different. Um, I, well, as I, you know, hit my rebellious phase, we'll politely say I became a bit of a ne'er-do-well and a delinquent, and he's just talking as we're walking back to the house, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm picturing this.
Chatting as you're
So,
walking north through the town.
let's see. When that happened, I kind of had a bit of a bounty on my head in my hometown, so went around to other places. It got into some trouble and started, smuggling, and that's kind of what I was good at, and I was good at it. So I figured, hey, why not keep this going? And because of that, I took a job to smuggle some stuff. I don't even remember what it was at this point. Probably their fault, but apparently at the time I didn't know this. I got caught and restrained and tortured by the cult of the old ones, and then you know, this happened as he gestured to his body. And after that, I got pulled out of that hole by some people who were hunting that specific group of cultists because they were kidnapping other people, and someone hired them, and then one of their numbers, they pulled me out, surprised that I was, able to survive that long. And while I was recovering, they taught me a few things, which is why I have a bit of a connection with nature now. And that allows me to,
Gotcha.
sleep pretty much anywhere.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna get to that point anytime soon, but
Oh, yeah, no. It
I guess
would
I
be,
should probably get used to sleeping on the road.
I do recommend it. I mean, we have tents and whatnot, so it won't be, too terrible, I guess. Yeah, there's easy ways to, rest out in the wilderness, and then there's the harsher ways to rest out in the wilderness.
When Kira was young, very young, me and Esther and I used to sometimes on warm summer nights we would just lay out under the stars, rest under the night sky.
That sounds lovely. I feel like maybe you guys are waiting for me to tell my backstory, but I mean, except for what you already know, there's really not much. I left home when I was young and started living here. End of story.
Well, nothing wrong with a simple story. Seems this chapter's going to be a little more complicated.
Seems that way. And I think Jaina will just sort of withdraw into her, into like, I guess it's sort of evening, so I don't know that there would be much reading to be done, but just like finding something to do that takes a little bit of attention. Like prestidigitating like all my clothes or something.
Thank you, Sarah. I have a solution. It's already cranked up pretty high. Let's see what I can do. So, sorry, I was just reading a message on the chat that I haven't seen yet. Yes, you've made your way to the house, and Jaina is cleaning herself up basically and settling in for the night in a random room upstairs, I assume. Just kind of settling in, finding something to read, and just cleaning what she has. Is there anything anyone else would like to do before the evening ends?
Leo's got nothing.
Mira will set up by the hearth, and she has Esther her axe with her, and she does her nightly prayers.
Okay. In that living room, Crested has settled down into his chair, and is currently on watch for the house in general, which means he can sense basically everything in and around the house. So any intruders, he'll have the alert before anyone else, if that is a concern.
Good to know.
It's going down. So yeah, if anyone has anything else to do, we can do it. Otherwise, go ahead and do your long rest, and we can start a new day.
Sweet.
Oh, so sorry. I turned it up a little bit. The music audio is meant to be a little quiet, if that's a concern. I can turn it up a little bit. Just meant to flavor the dead air a little bit. So, a new morning begins. You have an appointment with some sailors to head out of town. They can delay for a day or two at most, if needed. The weather is pretty decent right now. It's a typical foggy morning in the town, being a coastal city and all, but for the most part, it seems pleasant. The temperature isn't too cold. The embers of the fireplace are still heating the downstairs a little bit. If you happen to be sleeping upstairs, it is a bit cold. And you can hear the waves and the sounds of boats moving around as the western wall of the house faces one of the canals in the city.
Uh,
Would anyone like to do
Or-
anything in particular?
in the morning? No.
No, we got a plan we gotta, commit to, so that's the
Yeah.
thing we're doing.
I think
Yeah.
Gina doesn't sleep great, and it's like clear that she's still waking up through a lot of the getting ready, but she'll be there. I think she'll work on in the morning, like casting Unseen Servant as a ritual to help Samira put on her armor, and then like she doesn't have much to get ready with.
Yeah. Samira will do the full plate for this. Be good to show up looking like a paladin.
Excellent, excellent. Leo, do you have any morning activities that you're trying to get done?
He is doing some morning exercises before heading out.
Okay.
It's a bit unusual to see him doing morning exercises, but it's not odd.
He's
He
feeling a little
hasn't been
froggy.
doing them for. Yeah, he's feeling a little froggy, so he's moving around a bit.
Okay. Crosted himself was just going around tidying up a little bit, perhaps encouraged by the servant, seeing it do its thing. He's like, "Oh, I guess this is what we're doing." He's gone and taken care of the camel, made sure it was fed and watered. Lugal is downstairs in the basement sleeping, just kind of curled up doing his own thing. The docks await if y'all are ready to go.
I think so.
Yeah.
Jane is.
Okay. So you all head out of the house. I'm assuming you bring Crasted, or do you leave him at the house?
Um. eh,
Probably consult with Crasted on the matter.
yeah.
He does not have an opinion.
Leo,
He can see being useful in both places.
Leo believes leaving Crested here would be the better the better of the options.
Okay.
I think in this case, Samira will agree that Crasted can do something here that nobody else can, and keep a very solid eye on what goes on here.
Okay.
He can keep Lugal out of trouble. He can meet and greet people at at various times. He can receive the deliveries that we should be getting within the next couple days while we're out of town.
If anything, he's sort of falling into his old role in the home that he occupied before this whole adventure.
Robot butler.
Being a bit of a robot butler. Yeah.
We'll need to get him a suit.
Instead of a creepy cloak, yeah, the suit might work for him.
We will entrust our new home to Crasted.
And this is the odd one, the potentially murderous individual in the basement.
Lugal,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just reminding, he's not, the nicest guy. Okay. As you set up
That's why
these,
Crasted's here.
exactly. Keep the madman in check. As the three of you then prepare and go out onto the street, Crested's got a lock on the house, and you begin heading south down to the docks. You don't have to cross any rivers or anything. Fortunately, the docks are part of Duskford, or on the same body of land. And as you're walking south in the town, things become a lot more industrial, a lot more built for purpose rather than built to look in a certain way or to serve any sort of pomp and circumstance. And just the typical chatter of the sea, and boats coming and going, being unloaded and loaded, sails being replaced, sewn, and repaired. And you make your way south kind of towards that restaurant that the two gals went to the other morning. Not directly to that restaurant, but sort of in that same part of the docks. You end up at that same sort of sickly green ship, sort of a medium-sized ship that was, oh my god, I can't think of the word. What is it called when you hire someone? I guess it was a ship for hire, wasn't it? Answer my own question. As you approach the ship for hire, Captain Mitch is still sitting on top of or not still sitting on top of the rail, but is once again out front, just kind of looking across the docks, probably waiting for y'all, making sure that he doesn't miss you. Once he catches a glimpse of light reflecting off of Samira's plate armor, it kind of gets him in the eye, but he recognizes her pretty quickly. And of course the Dragonborn friend as well, and waves you all over to the ship.
We head on over to the ship.
We approach.
Cool. As you get within talking range, he shouts down to you. Welcome. Are you all ready and set for travel and battle?
We are.
More or less.
Excellent. My men are as well. We'll head out as soon as you're aboard and ready to go.
All right.
I will get on and just like look for where there's like any rest area or anything, and just sit down and start writing. Just nothing in particular, just notes.
Okay. As you mentioned this, Captain Mitch. He's a tall blonde man with scars on his face. A human. His clothes aren't necessarily nice, but it looks like they might have been nice at some point. They've been worn down by the sea and travel, and he wears a large coat over his shoulders. Yeah, welcome, Scholar. I assume you would like to sit down in the galley. That's the best place to write. As he directs you towards
That is where I will go.
he directs you towards the back cabin, and as you enter in, he looks around, and it's a bit of a mess. Dishes have not been done recently. There's some flies sitting around. There are various food scraps on the table, chairs strewn about. Nothing is broken, it's just sort of haphazardly taken care of. He walks over to the table and scoots some things aside and takes a rag and wipes up some mysterious liquid. The Enkidu isn't a fancy ship, but I'm sure this'll do for now. He's talking to you, Jaina.
Yeah, sorry, I had to be right back.
Oh shit, I didn't read the second thing.
Yeah.
My
can-
bad. I'm so
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead and do
can we
your thing.
Push the scene aside, yeah.
Yep,
for a
yep.
second.
Go for it. After Jaina gets settled into the galley, he comes back out onto the deck where I assume Leo and Samira are.
Yeah.
Have you sailed much? I don't think we're going to be dealing with crazy weather or storms or water or anything, but just good to know in case I can call on you for some rope management or anything.
Can't say that I've done much sailing, but if you need an extra set of hands for something that doesn't require expertise, I will keep myself available.
Okay, we'll keep you on martial duty. He begins shouting to his crew to hoist the anchor and get the sails moving and stuff. The boat begins to back up a little bit and sort of drift into the water after a push off from the dock, and ropes are being taken back. The city itself, just a second. So you're down at the ocean, and he begins taking the boat and sailing it into the city along the main river. You essentially pass by your house again, although you wouldn't be able to see it from where you're at, but you're passing through that same neighborhood. As you come up through the main entranceway into the city and heading out past the west slums and into the swamp, it's a cold, foggy morning, and the ship begins heading upstream. Are there any stops we need to make on the way, or anything in particular we should look out for on our journeys? We do have some men available for combat if needed, though, like I said, we do have a prior appointment, and we'd rather just drop you off and head on our way. But if we have the time and you have the coin, we can work something out, I'm sure.
Of course, we'll keep an eye out for things and let you know if we spot anything.
Oberon's come back from the ocean, right?
Yeah, last night you did.
I think I told him to return in the morning, and I don't think I can talk to him over that long of a distance.
Because at the beginning of the session we had talked about getting Oberon back, so
yeah.
But if that's how you'd like to go for it, that's fine too.
I think I remember that Oberon was just fucking gone because I gave him a command to just fly out until morning.
He did.
But he should be back now anyways, so whatever.
We'll just say he's with you.
Yeah, but Oberon would be, keeping an eye out in the sky with the veil on.
Okay.
Still, it's been on for like the whole day.
Samira will probably post up somewhere out of the way, or as out of the way as she can be. And she may have some specific prayers for embarking on not necessarily a sea voyage, but for travel generally.
Sure.
So she will do that.
Okay. I'll need the noise.
Shall I have Oberon make a perception check?
No.
Okay.
It's not what I needed. Yes. Neato. Alright. Let's get this back over. I guess it's just the house. Whatever. Okay. As you're sailing up the river, it's been a good amount of time. You're now into the afternoon, and it's been a relatively uneventful trip. On occasion, these sailors have to get out the oars and help the ship along. They have a relatively short mast going on, a short sail in order to catch the wind but not go too fast and end up into the one of the river banks. The river is decently wide and deep, but even this relatively small seafaring vessel is starting to struggle as you begin your journey upward into the, or not upward because it's just water, but like along the river. The day begins, the environment you're in, the swamp, begins to make way eventually into, where's my notes? Sorry, I'm dying of thirst. I need to get water. I've been trying not to pause this and do this, but I'm so sorry. I gotta go get water. I'm fucking dying. I will be right back. Just a second. I'm sorry. All right, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. Jaina, I am sorry. I didn't mean to shut down your desire to use Oberon for his job. If you'd like to
No,
check
you're
out
good.
the environment and have him roll perception, please do.
Sure. That was the wrong time to ask, so no worries.
It's all good.
Oh shit. Wow.
Nice. Okay.
It's okay. He sees stuff when he needs to.
Apparently so. Because I was gonna have him. Oh, when I saw the 9, I'm like, well, I guess the fog hasn't burned off yet, because it was a foggy morning, and you're into the afternoon, but it has stayed cold and all that junk.
Okay.
Is what I'm gonna say. The reason for that is. Okay, I have water and I'm no longer dying, and I didn't grab a soda, which
Hooray.
means I'm being good. Because I had a soda right here, and I'm like, I shouldn't drink that. So, yeah. Anyway, it's also warm. Okay, so the I need to read. Oberon doesn't manage to find anything in particular, just sees more swamp ground, no creatures of interest or in danger. There are various swamp creatures, of course, gators and such, but none of them are going to be causing you any trouble. The swamp begins giving way to more dry land. The soft ground, even though you're not standing on it, becomes more firm. The trees become more sparse and less grown into each other, and there are oaks and other more rough bark trees that begin showing up. It's now the end of the day, and you've been sailing all day westward as the river winds into this landscape. Minor mountains and small valleys begin dotting the landscape. These aren't mountains that you would... They don't deserve to be called mountains, they're more like hills, but perhaps to anyone that lives here, they could call them mountains. Like, it would be a tough hike up the hill, but it wouldn't be something that would take you all day or even 2 hours, if that makes sense. The landscape I'm trying to put in your head. Basically, it's not low and swampy anymore. Things are a bit more bumpy and a bit more grassy, a bit drier. It's still a cold day. The weather is overcast as you're heading into the evening. The ship begins to slow down as night comes. Do you want to proceed with the ship at night? Or would you prefer to pull over and end the day here, sleep on the ship, and then get to your destination tomorrow?
Destination tomorrow.
Okay. How do the other two feel?
We don't know what to expect out there, and I'd rather not be exhausted when we get there.
Okay.
I would agree.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So yeah, essentially you make camp on the boat. The crew has their own quarters within the ship. Basically, your options are on the deck or like in the galley. The ship isn't terribly big or complicated. The crew sleeps on hammocks downstairs. It's a bit stinky, you know. They're at sea a lot. They're not really on ground, taking proper hygiene or anything like that. The captain, of course, has his own quarters. I need to sneeze, and I'm not sure it's going to show up. Just a second. There's no reason to do a long rest, but you can hit the button if you would like, as we move on to the next day.
What's the weather like? As we're
It continued being cold.
resting.
It was foggy most of the day. The evening it started to get a little more clear, but I'm trying to translate into Celsius in my head. 8 degrees Celsius. It's pretty cold.
Okay, yeah. Chilly.
Chilly. Not deathly chilly, but chilly.
I'd wear a t-shirt out, but I wouldn't stay outside.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wear a t-shirt in 8
similar
Celsius?
one.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I grew up in the north.
Oh, okay. I grew up in the hot 100 degrees
Yeah.
Fahrenheit all the time. I'm more of a lizard.
Samira will. I think that's cold enough that Samira will be sleeping below.
Yeah. It's a rough night's sleep. There's a lot of snoring. There's a lot of farting, random scratching. It's not pleasant, but it's at least warm.
It
I
would
want to
not
make
be.
a con save. Just get a good night's sleep.
You might want to. Yeah,
11.
11.
No.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rough night.
Yeah.
Samira has definitely slept in not as many ships, but definitely in conditions with a lot of other people packed into a space. I don't think this is too bothersome to her.
Okay. Before we start the new day, is there anything you'd like to do on the ship while you're chilling?
No. Not in my
Samira
head.
has her usual routine, evening and morning prayers. Just some extra. She'll help out around the ship, boxes that need moving and all of that. She
Okay.
can coil a rope.
Right on. Something I'm looking for. There, y'all are there. Okay. Bring you into this map because the house is just confusing me, so we'll just have this here. Okay. It is a new day. The ship begins moving, continuing westward, as the river begins to narrow and get shallower. The ship is really starting to struggle to get along the river. You're fully within the grassy rolling hills valley area. There's creatures that you haven't seen in a while, things like squirrels, various species of birds that are more reminiscent to where Leo grew up in Baklamel. You're not in a mountainous terrain, but things are a bit more temperate, if that's the right word. I'm not sure. Um, and at some point in the early morning, the ship runs aground, and Captain Mitch calls everyone out. We've hit the ground. We cannot proceed any further. This is as far as we can take you. As you can see, and he points to the bow of the ship, the river has gotten so shallow that we cannot continue further. If you'd like us to follow you on ground, we can for some time, but we do have to head out in the next day or two.
We would appreciate having some people with us while we check out these ruins. As we said, we expect there may be others interested, and hopefully we can scare them off without too much trouble.
Hopefully. He starts talking to his men, divvying them up and selecting them for different tasks and things. He essentially comes around with 20 sailors that are available to come with you on land. He has to leave 10 of them on the ship in order to watch over it and maintain it and get it turned around while you are on foot. But he and his men are willing to follow you along the receding river to the tombs.
Very good.
I think now that we're like literally walking to it, Jaina is like visibly kind of tensed up in excitement.
Okay. It's been a while since you've been away from the swamp. Certainly this far, and you're heading towards one of your points of interest. So there's probably a lot of feelings at the moment. You'll notice today that the weather is more mild. There was some fog in the morning, but it quickly burned off. It's suddenly sunny, probably a good 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Fuck. I need to learn how to speak Celsius, especially if I'm gonna move to another country. I think that's like 16 Celsius, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Um,
Mid-teens-ish.
The what? Teens? Yeah. So I know teens is 50, but I don't know what teens is what. What, Ida? Anyway, you're walking into a much more cheerful environment. The birds are flying overhead, chirping to each other in... Hold on, this cat is tripping me out. I cannot think when you yell at me. Anyway, you walk for another couple hours with a group of sailors. You end up where the river gets to nothing more than a trickle. As parts of it head off into different waterways, you end up at what was described to you as the Rocky Plateau. You're standing on this rocky outcropping, and down below you is a relatively wide and shallow valley. There's about a 20 or 30 foot drop in front of you. The final gasp of the river juts out over that rocky plateau in a waterfall that trickles down into the valley below. A small lake is there. You can see that there are no trees growing in this valley, a bit odd from the ones that you've been walking through. Scattered around the rim of the valley, it's probably... I don't know how big to describe it, but let me think. The size of at least several city blocks, I guess. You can see strewn about the edges where the tree line starts that there are stone structures pockmarked around there. It looks like they might be tombs or mausoleums of sorts, or in some cases just piles of rocks. This looks to be what was described on your map.
Do a lot of the tombs look like they have obvious entrances, or is it more of a like sealed shut kind of thing?
You're a little too far to know that. All you see is rough, squarish shapes that look like stone.
Well, I'm gonna send Oberon in to like scout out and find like a suitable entrance while we're walking up.
I didn't hear that last part. A suitable what?
Suitable entrance. If anything like is obviously like where you're meant to enter this from.
Do you mean a trail? It's not like a giant stone tomb for you to walk into. It's not like a giant cave structure. This is not a giant monolithic structure of any sorts. Let me re-describe the scene. So you have this grassy valley with reedy grass all in it. There's a lake in it. You're standing on an outcropping made of rock with a waterfall to your side. The valley itself is relatively empty aside from the grass. On the outskirts of the valley where the tree line is, are random small square-ish stone structures. Like, they're maybe the size of a small hut or something like that, and they're kind of scattered about. In some cases, you can see a rock pile that looks like it was put there purposefully. There is no sort of, like, major structure, if that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah, it's like a quiet meadow, essentially, pockmarked with man-made structures. But they are pretty far away from you, you'd have to have incredible eyes to see any sort of detail. And maybe some binoculars or some shit.
Yeah, that's my bad. For like completely zoning out there.
It's okay. Happy to redescribe anytime.
Wow, this place is pretty different.
On your maps there, Jaina, it was noted that this is the site of a potential mass grave. This is just things that people have said about it. They know that people are buried here. They know that it's at the end of the river. There's not a whole lot of details because it's just not a place that people visit. A lot of folks are scared of ghosts and things like that. They don't like to be around things that are kind of unknown in regards to this. There's no reason for anyone to hang out here.
Gotcha. Can I still send Oberon to a couple of the little structures and try and see if there's... I guess it would be really eroded if it was outside, but if there's
Absolutely.
any like deep engravings on them.
Give me a investigation roll, please. From Oberon.
Sure. From Oberon. Okay, Oberon. Do your best, buddy. I'm just gonna roll 1d20 minus 4 because that's what it is. Oh, yo! That
Damn.
was so close.
A 2. Nice. Okay.
Yep.
So Oberon flies down into the valley. It's deceptively large as this giant albatross of a bird seems to be swallowed by the valley's majesty, as it were. The perception of things being closer to you is kind of messing with your head a bit as your bird just sort of disappears into the distance. Heading out along the various stone structures, you're having trouble for some reason, some sort of interference that's preventing you from seeing what Oberon is seeing. It's an inconclusive visit.
Okay, well, I'll get him to come back and then we'll continue on, I guess.
You may just have to hoof it. I can't argue with it too. It's what it is.
Yeah, using Oberon's stats for an investigation check is not ideal.
What would y'all like to do?
I
Yep.
suppose we'll keep marching forward.
Well, marching forward will take you off the edge of a cliff. You can try and rappel the cliff. It's a good 30-foot drop
Marching
at least.
forward, metaphorically.
Okay. You can try and find a trail to your left or your right that eventually winds down into the valley. It's up to you.
Yeah, we finding a trail shouldn't be too bad, or if we do want to go directly down, you say it's about 30-foot drop?
Yeah.
We've got rope.
Yeah. Rope.
You want to just rope
Climb
down
that.
it?
No, let's look for a path, but then if we need to resort to rappelling down the cliff, we have the gear for it.
Leo would like to look around for signs of anybody else having been here.
Okay. I'll give you a survival choice or an investigation choice. They will provide different answers.
Survival. I'm better at that. By a little bit, at least.
Nice. With your tracking skills, you as people are debating whether they would like to rappel down the cliff or find a trail around the side or anything like that, you just kind of take off on your own and begin investigating what's around there. Looking for signs of broken foliage, footprints, covered up things, dug holes for using the restroom or anything like that. You're just kind of looking for any signs of hunting, signs of anything. You do manage to find a trail to your left. It goes kind of off course, but eventually winds down into the valley. But as you're walking this trail, you do manage to find footprints. Some of them head into the valley itself. They look about 2 weeks old. They're dried and crusty. Difficult to tell who they're made by, some sort of bipedal person. No pack animal or anything like that. As you continue walking down this trail, you find that there are more recent visitors, people who have been walking to the side of the trail trying to keep their feet in the grass rather than participating in contributing to the regular footprints. So you know that someone has been there recently, very recently, within the past 2 days at least. You might not be alone.
Leo will return to the party. I found a trail over that way. We're not the only ones here.
Jaina kind of takes a deep breath and says, "Well, we were expecting that, right?"
Well, yeah. I mean, we were for the most part, anyways. Um,
Then there's no other option than to keep going, right?
yeah, pretty much.
We tell who else is here?
Could I tell the number of people who are around
You weren't.
from the various tracks?
I'm gonna need another check for that. Um, Let me think. You can
I can roll.
look at this a few ways. You can approach it as in looking for animals, in which I would say you could look for animal handling. I would say you can look for it in medicinal ways to see if anyone has been through here seeking medicine. You can look for it um, in just a general investigation to see if you can look around for like a body count or whatever. You can flavor it in a few different ways. Or just simple nature check. That's also an option.
He's just gonna. Mm, I guess we can go with investigation to see like the number of humanoids. I guess.
You're
Well, let's
purely
go
focused
for
on how many are there. Unfortunately, it's hard to tell. They've done a pretty good job of trying to cover their tracks, but because of your survival skills, you were able to deduce that there are recent people here. You know there is at least 3 or 4 people. You can't tell if it's more than that, though. There's a possibility that they're walking on the same tracks. Little tricks like that.
These guys have a someone experienced with them, probably doing their best to cover up their tracks behind them and everything like that. It looks like looks like 3 to 4, but there's definitely more. These guys would not come in such a small group like that.
When Leo is saying these guys, does he mean cultists or just general
Yeah,
people? Okay, so you're assuming there are cultists here.
It, oh, 100%.
Okay.
Well, so we inform people with us and move forward. If they're here for something, it's better they don't get it.
I don't disagree with that. We should probably make our approach as quiet as possible. I have a way. We have multiple ways to reduce being noticed, and I have one thing I can do that certainly reduces that by a significant margin, don't I? I do. Yes, I do. Uh, if we activate our rings, I can cast Pass Without Trace, and we can make our approach pretty quietly for up to an hour.
All right. I
And
think
with
that
the
makes sense.
combination of the two, it would reduce our heavily armored friends very loud clanking.
Jaina will sort of hold up the ring. Is there any reason I shouldn't wear this? Like the ring of invisibility that she got.
Besides the fact that cultists use it, I can't think of any.
Well, okay.
We've been
And
seeing
she'll
less and less of them, I'll be completely honest. But, I mean, that's fairly normal when they realize that somebody is definitely stealing loot off of their bodies and using it against them. So,
fair enough. Jaina will go invisible then and just sort of try her best to not make noise.
Is the plan to leave the sailors behind at the cliffside?
Um,
Since it
I
seems like
think I think unless they're particularly opposed to it, the best thing to do is bring them with us.
just wondering what the point of that is if you are going invisible.
I think it would be a bit wiser to have them stay out here and watch and see if anybody comes out of these ruins.
Yeah.
They can stay out here, monitor the various um, animals, plants, and buildings and whatnot, and then
I will counterpoint that to Samira's point that if you have the soldiers behind you, they may be a good distraction from your more stealthy approach, even if you are right next to each other. But yeah, I just wanted to point it out because that will change how things are approached.
I think on
Yeah.
on Samira's side, she's content to lead the soldiers forward and maybe let the others scout ahead a bit.
Jaina's putting on the ring purely for her own protection. I'm not expecting the other two to also go invisible.
Okay.
I just want to make that clear.
Oh, I mean, I was fully intending on going inside to scout everything out. Um,
Mhm.
if you want to come along with me, and then Samira can bring up the crew from behind, that would be easier, I guess. It'll take them time to, get down there anyways, so, I mean,
Yeah. Only if you're okay with that. I mean, if you have a process, I don't want to stop it. I've
I
been
mean,
waiting to go down there for a long time.
I mean, my process is kind of a tad bit abnormal, I guess, but, it's just me mostly. Um, but, uh, you know what? I'll head down solo, and then you two can follow behind me with the soldiers. How about that? I'll go
Will do.
slow. I won't go too terribly far ahead for now. I'm just gonna go down, check the entrance, make sure it's not, trapped or ambushed. And from there I will mark to say um 1x as a warning, 2x is safe, 3x is watch out. Sound good?
This way.
It'll be on a right wall.
I see. Okay.
I will tell you this, the second X being safe just means that it's safe in the general area and nothing else. Because there is definitely danger further ahead. That's just the signal for the entrance.
Noted.
I won't go too terribly deep in because I've made that bad decision too many times before. But I will maintain I will maintain a safe and proper distance for myself.
Jaina, as
Alright.
Leo's talking about these things, you're thinking about what you do know about this location. You're aware that it is most likely the site of a mass grave. However, what you've been seeing from the cliffside isn't indicative of a mass grave. You see what looks to be perhaps respectful burials, but it's just too hard for you to tell. Though, if there does happen to be a mass grave here, it's likely going to be unmarked, and it's likely going to be potentially troublesome when it comes to what may lay there. Just wanted to bring that up to your mind in case you wanted to say anything to the group.
Okay. She'll sort of think about it and uh say, I don't know that there'll necessarily be an entrance to anything, but if you go in first, you'll be able to see, I guess, if anybody was here first, like where they are.
That's
um
pretty much it, yeah. I'm gonna dig
something
around here, see if they found a different way down there that's not, cliff diving.
Something feels a little... My information feels wrong.
How so?
Well, these are supposed to be mass graves, but those stone structures look like they were built for a respectful burial. Probably for someone who was high up. I mean, maybe it's nothing, but it's just a weird detail to get wrong. So,
Mm,
there might be something we can't see right now.
true. But these ruins are deeper in the ground, so I mean, time and weathering have definitely buried things. But I don't know. I'm not an archaeologist. If anything, I'm a grave robber.
So, our mortal enemy.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna start making my way up ahead. I'll see you guys in soon-ish.
Sure.
Right.
Leo begins to make his way down the trail that he found.
Okay. I need a stealth check, Leo.
Okay, using the invisibility ring and pass without trace.
All the fixins.
I don't know why it's making me do that, but whatever.
It's so you can pick up other people around you, so everyone has a plus 10 bonus to stealth checks.
Yeah. Okay. Nope. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Double 11's 29.
That's 19.
It's not adding the plus 10.
Oh, duh.
That's why I said 29, not 19.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten there with my math yet. I was just like 19, and then was gonna add. Don't mind me. I've had an off day. Yeah, you did real good. So you're hella stealthy. And then everyone else who was near Leo when he started off with that, you're also going to be more stealthy than usual as well, in case you want to take advantage of that. And of course, with the invisibility ring, you do have an advantage on stealth as well. Since Jaina's using it for the first time.
Yep.
As you head down the trail, damn, you got a 6. You got a 6 on an advantage.
Jaina is clumsy as hell, guys. Okay, don't expect this from her.
Well, you got a 16 thanks to the pass without trace. I can't say the word. Path. So all y'all hanging back are chilling. Leo, as you head into the valley, you're winding in between relatively large rocks. They're boulders, I suppose, on either side of you as the trail leads down the cliffside and makes its way to some rocky outcroppings, and then it's a good fall to your right, but eventually it's like something that some goats or deer or whatever have been using. And you get down into the valley, and it just seems like a serene and comfortable place to be. The grass is warm and flowing with the wind. You can see the other side of the cliff now, the face of it, and the waterfall of the river through Tilorn, just kind of ending up and splashing down into that lake there. um, you're continuing to look for the people that you discovered earlier, I assume, yes? Following those tracks.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
he's following those first and seeing if they have a path down that is not just cliff diving. If it's, I know I'm using the term cliff diving wrong, but he is following their path because they've been here longer, so maybe they found something beforehand.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of other people's work is what he's doing.
Okay. So it's a pretty manageable slope at this point, and you go off of the main trail that the wildlife and travelers have been using to cut through the valley, to visit the lake or whatever. You find that the paths that you're following start heading to the right, along the cliff face. So you're on relatively flat ground, but above you, the landscape stretches up above you. Some of those footprints head towards the lake itself. They kind of split off in a group. Some of them head towards the cliff, perhaps towards a cave or some sort of outcropping or something significant, or maybe just a way to get out of the weather. But the other ones go to the shore of the lake itself. It will take you a few minutes to make this walk, but you're certainly welcome to make a choice and go either direction.
He's going to follow the path that is most tread.
Most tread?
Yes, the one that seems to be the most repeatedly used, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. That would be the lake side.
Okay. He will follow that. He will occasionally, as he is walking, he will continuously leave he'll leave coppers. He'll just occasionally drop a copper piece. It's like, here.
Any intention behind it other than a marker?
No. Just marking the path that he has taken. He is leaving breadcrumbs for the people who are following him because he is very hard to track right now. Because Paths Without Trace covers up all of his tracks.
Yeah. So you want tracks in this case. Okay.
He doesn't want tracks. He wants breadcrumbs. So that's why he is, occasionally he'll just pull out a copper piece and just flick it.
For sure. As you follow these footprints down into the lake area, you pass through some bushes and various overgrown and fallen branches and trees and things, but it's largely void of trees. It's just like some dead, petrified things from the past. As you're walking into onto the shore of the lake, the ground becomes more sandy. And it has this softness and wetness as you're stepping into it, and you approach the side of the lake. Your feet begin sinking into the ground. It looks like the around you, the paths that you've been following, just sort of disappears because of that water. That it's hard to you know what I mean. Like if you're walking on the beach, your footprints don't stay. Especially when it's wet. As you're down there, though, you notice signs of digging, that people have been making large holes in the shore of the beach itself. The shore of the lake, I guess. I don't know how to say that.
So it looks like people have been digging in this area.
Yeah. There's piles of sandy dirt just kind of piled up behind it, and you can find some relatively large holes, probably 5 feet deep. They're large enough to where you could climb down into it if you would like.
Yeah, he'll start making his way.
Okay. You come to the edge of one of these pits, and it looks like it's been recently excavated by hand, some sort of shovel of some sort, not a rough tool or anything, but someone has been down here recently. As you clamber down into it, it's pretty cold around you, due to the sensation of the cold dirt around you, and you're looking. Well, okay, I'm gonna need an investigation check from you, actually.
Okie doke.
Mecca,
Yeah,
question about specific, like you're rolling on something. On the
go for
Find
it.
Familiar spell. While my familiar is within 100 feet of me, I can, as an action, see through my familiar's eyes until the start of my next turn. Would my familiar have to stay within that 100 feet, or would you let me cast the action while it's in my range and then go out for a turn?
Can you read me the situation again? Sorry, I was reading your message on Discord as well while you were speaking, which was my bad.
It's fine.
Talking about ADHD, my brain's just like burp burp
Yeah.
burp burp. Wait,
Yeah, here.
I'm sure you get
I'll
it.
just I'll screenshot the paragraph and send it.
Okay, thank you.
It might be really low res.
It's okay. Fine with low res. I'm from the 1900s. I'm okay with low res. I'm old. Interesting. That breaks a lot of things we've already done with him, huh?
Well, no, because he's been way further than 100 feet away from me, so I was really just sending Oberon to go look at things.
No,
But
but that's what I mean, because like we've had like your ability to see through its eyes and stuff.
mm,
So I'd say to initiate it, you gotta be in 100 feet to give him instructions and to initiate the vision. You can still continue to view the vision beyond 100 feet, but you won't be able to give him instructions.
mhm. Okay.
That's how I would rule that.
Noted. I want to let Leo finish what he was doing before I would do that, though.
Okay, yeah, there's no turn order right now if anyone wants to hop on over anything, but yeah, it's up to y'all to sort that.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, like, mid-roll.
Okay,
Sorry.
you're good. You're good. Leo, investigation check. Looks like you did that. Okay, 16.
Yeah, 16.
Cool. As you're crouching down in this pit, it's probably like a 5 foot by 5 foot square. It's like someone recently came down and was digging a decent amount down. And as you're crouched over and you're kind of looking at the sand underneath you, and you're kicking at it as the water sort of comes up from under it, you find that there are bones kind of sticking out in awkward places and in very jumbled manners. I don't know how I was going to say something else to it. We're all off today, I swear. At least we're here doing things. That's what matters, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you find bones.
Anything unusual about the bones, or are they just humanoid, from what I can tell?
From what you can tell, they are likely not to be. They're likely humanoid of some sort. some of them are broken. You don't see a lot of bone yet. You just see like bits of bone poking out of the sand, essentially. Someone's been in here collecting bones. That's what I'm trying to say.
But nothing else in this hole, just a bunch of recently dug up bones.
Yeah, they're kind of sunken into the sand around you. You're welcome to dig further if you'd like.
Yeah, he'll dig around a little bit, see if there's anything of note.
Okay.
See if there was something somebody left behind.
Yeah, as you're scooping up the sand around you, and you've reached this layer of dirt, as you're just kind of shoving it over to the side, you just keep finding more and more bones. Things that look like rib cages, femurs, feet, some skulls. The more you go, the more you find just more and more bones. They're not complete skeletons. They're just strewn about body parts. Some of them more complete than others, but you're not finding coherency.
Mass graveyard, that's right. He'll get out of the hole. He'll just kind of note on the ground nothing.
Huh?
It'll just be a word that it'll just be, if they notice that he was here, his companions were here, he's just writing nothing.
Okay.
And then moving on. He's gonna check out the rest of the area.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty big valley. It's not something you can just stroll about in a minute. You are around what I would consider a large pond or a small lake.
So
Dana.
when our sort of like follow party comes across the, or would we be able to see that there's another path? I don't think that Leo marked it.
So yeah, Leo found that secondary path in the reeds and stuff once he diverted from the main path. So if you're following his coins, which he said he was dropping, you'd be able to see that there is a secondary path as well.
Okay. And then this is why I wanted the rule confirmation, is I want to basically tell Oberon to just like fly forward, and I'll see through his eyes, and just see if there's anything at the end of that path. He's not going to be wearing the veil. I just sort of want to fly over it and see if there's anything obviously like going on down that path.
So Oberon kind of flies up over the cliffside and dives down along the same path that Leo was on. Through Oberon's eyes, you can see the little coins that Leo has left. And you can see the distortion in the grass from the other groups walking off to another side. Oberon will curl around and go to the face of the cliff, and it looks like it looks like there is a cave of some sort or something. You can see various footprints around a dark spot along the cliffside, and a pretty poorly covered up entrance.
Is it too far away to make out details, or would I be able to make a quick perception check to just like zone in and see if I can spot any finer details?
Go for it.
Okay.
Oberon's essentially under you right now, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. And so then, since I'm looking through his eyes, it's my stats on perception with advantage because of his keen sight? Question mark? That seems like what...
No, because you're looking through his eyes. It's going to be his perception.
It does say gaining the benefits of any special senses that familiar has.
Yeah, but you're asking to roll off of your perception. It needs to roll off of his.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are his, not his eyes, not yours.
Okay. Oh.
Nice. Good job,
What a
Oberon.
terrible roll. Wow.
So yeah, Oberon flies around a bit more and kind of perches on this awkwardly placed rock. Looking there's various branches and chopped up bush that have been shoved over this relatively person-sized hole in the cliffside. It looks like someone has attempted to hastily cover up a cave of some sort.
Okay. I'm gonna relay that to Samira and be like, you see that or I guess I'll stop being invisible, first of all. Uh, although I guess you have your veil on, so. But I'll sort of take my invisibility ring off and tell Samira, like, there's a little arrow of copper coins. I think Leo left it. If you follow that path, there's a cave entrance that seems to have been hastily covered up.
All right. Samira will pass the information along and then lead the group that way.
Some time passes, and as you head down into the valley, all as a group, I assume at this point, Leo, you can see that the rest of the group has come down and is sort of following your trail. Do you go join them, or what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, he is not finding anything of note in the area that he has been investigating, and he's gonna see if they saw anything of note.
Yeah. Other than that, you've confirmed it's a mass grave, which
Yeah, other than I
could
have
be
confirmed that it is a
or
mass grave.
which could be important to Jaina as an archaeologist,
True.
scholar, whatever. Are you an archaeologist? Is that your profession, Jaina?
I think I'm more
that how you see
into the
yourself?
research about the. I see Jaina as more of a like deeply interested in the like language that you would find on these like ancient ruins.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
as a consequence, I'm like into the culture and stuff of of all this. So I think it would be something she would note, but more as a something that would contextualize a weird piece of writing or something.
Fair. Okay. Cool. Yeah, as the little war party comes down, and Leo, you go join them. By Jaina's lead, you end up at this cave entrance. How would you like to proceed?
Well, I found nothing. Can I go ahead here?
All yours. Make sure there's no danger, and then I can find what I would need.
Alrighty. Leo quietly makes his way inside.
Alrighty, I want another stealth check from you, sir.
I will light a torch after I'm inside and, clear the area.
Okay. Never mind about that then. That's not very stealthy.
Oh, no, that's afterwards. That's after he, stealths in and takes a look around the area.
Okay. I mean, a torch just sort of defeats the purpose in my mind, but goddamn, 37?
Even gods
Okay.
will have trouble finding me.
Yeah, wow.
It's that newfangled invisible light they're talking about.
Guess so. I don't even know what to say about that. 30 fucking 7? Okay.
I will say this. One of these days I will get higher. It will be much higher.
I get higher every day. Yeah. No, I'm sure. So basically you strut your stuff into this, you shove the bushes aside, you strut your stuff into there. No one knows you're there. You got a torch on, and you hear whispers as you're walking into it, into the cave. It seems like some sort of conversation or ritual or something is happening down in the cave. In the landing of the cave, the mouth isn't very big, but there is a clear path that walks down deep into the structure ahead of you. Or it's not a structure, but into the. What I meant to say was there are stalactites and stalagmites, and that became structure when I said it for some reason. Into the landscape of stalactites and stalagmites, as you're walking into this area, you can hear the dripping of water as it does in cave areas. And you're walking down this trail, and you can see that there is light coming from further down in the cave itself. And it's reflecting off of the sparkling crystalline structures all around you. You have a huge stealth advantage right now. You can do whatever the hell you want and not be seen. It's up to you.
One more time.
One more time about what?
Sorry, I cut out for that last bit there.
Where did I cut off?
About 3 seconds ago.
Oh, okay. I was just saying you have a fantastic stealth advantage. You can basically jump around hooting and hollering, and I won't count anyone as seeing you. So you're welcome to do whatever you want, basically, and not be seen. So, given the scene in front of you, do you just kind of dive into what's going on, or what's your thoughts there?
Yeah, he's just diving in. He's gonna inspect the opening area and observe what's going on at the entrance currently, and then he will make his way inside.
Okay. So you make your way through that first opening of the cave itself. It looks like there might be some traveling packs and things like that strewn about the wall. As you're walking down the trail that goes into the depths, I hesitate to call it a trail, but they are trails, kind of. I've been spelunking before. I would call it a trail, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The pathway? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I would too.
As you're heading down there and the light is flickering off of the walls of the cave, and you're entering this next chamber, you can see, as you round the corner, just kind of walking relatively normally, there's a group of cultists whispering in a circle and discussing things with what looks to be a non-corporeal being, or several. It's hard to tell from where you're at. They're in their typical.
How many does he see?
You see 12 to 15 typical red robes of the cult. And you see, it's hard to tell because their bodies sort of overlap, but you see at least 3 aberrations. They're probably ghosts. You've never seen a ghost, but you've heard of ghosts. Or maybe you've seen a ghost. I don't know if you've seen a ghost, but as far as I know, you haven't.
He's probably seen something like spirits, but he's never directly seen a ghost, I wouldn't think.
Okay.
Hauntings in Baclamel don't happen.
Yeah, it's kind of a sleepy town. Not really a creepy town.
Exactly. noticing the very large number congregated here, he's like, "Yep, I was right. There's certainly more than 4." He will violently make his way back to the entrance.
Okay. Yeah, as you're leaving, nobody notices you, even though you're standing there with a torch. You're just kind of like
Oh
hanging
no,
it.
the torch wasn't lit.
Okay.
He didn't light that torch. That was only afterwards. And that was a light it and forget it, but now it's a nope, not lighting it, just looking inside. Oh, there's a bunch of people in here. Leave.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, nobody sees you, nobody catches you, and you make your way outside.
He gets to Samira and Jaina, and he kind of turns off the invisibility for a second. Um, so there's a lot down there.
What's
He
your
describes what he saw.
count?
Between 12 and 15.
We have about 20 with us, right?
Yeah, they're fairly average people, though, from what I understand. There were some things there that I don't recognize. I don't know what they are, but they're definitely not your typical
Bless you.
things that you normally see. Sorry, thank you. Ooh.
There's 15 of them.
At least.
Do we want to maybe wait out here for them?
We don't know if they have another way out of the cave, do we?
No, I didn't see anything like that in there.
What if
Seems
we
like this is a well-hidden entrance already. I doubt there's another.
If I were them, I'd pick a place with another exit.
You don't necessarily get to pick your place of oh, sorry. You don't necessarily get to pick your battles when you're going ruin diving. I mean,
True enough, but if we don't know, we should assume they have another way out.
but
I
they
mean,
won't
heck,
think to
these.
use it if they don't know we're here. And she'll sort of show a page of her spell scroll that is completely incomprehensible to either of you, but say I recently got the spell for a little ward. I could set it down, and as soon as like 4 of them are on it, it'll explode, and like then we can.
But that's if they decide to leave. I mean, sure, their packs and stuff are down here, but they probably brought whatever they required further in.
Could we lure them out?
I certainly could.
We set up around here, set up an ambush. Maybe one of us could lure them into it. We might not get all of them, but we could whittle their numbers down before we have to take on the main group.
I can certainly. I can certainly get their attention, trust me.
I fully believe that.
Um, if you want to set out a trap out here. How much longer is on left on Pass Without Trace? Out of curiosity.
Just a moment. Mm, mm, mm.
It lasts an hour.
You have at least a half hour left.
Okay, I'll have to cancel it out when at a certain point, anyways. But it's fine.
If you put
Yeah.
that ward down, it won't activate when Leo steps on it, will it? Will it?
I can set a password. He would just have to whisper it aloud, and it wouldn't kill him.
I don't think you'll have to worry about whispering.
Or, you know, just say it.
If Leo goes in, we set up our trap out here, and then if Leo knows the passphrase to get past the
Oh,
trap.
it does take 1 hour to set up.
Ugh.
You can have lunch in the meadow.
we could. But then we'd
But
have to recast Pass Without a Trace or risk
Well,
a.
I
we
can.
don't.
I won't need Pass Without a Trace at that point. If I'm just gonna go in there to lure him out, you know.
I guess,
Mm.
yeah.
The ring should be enough to get you close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start setting this up then, I guess.
All right.
And I'll start setting up a glyph of warding.
Do you do that
It's a,
within
a
the initial mouth and entrance of the cave? Or do you do it outside the cave?
So basically just outside the entrance so that like a few people could come out of the cave entrance before someone would inevitably hit it.
Okay.
I guess that's not really just like 10 feet or like okay. Thinking about it.
I will say it, depending on the glyph that you are using, if it is explosive, it may have the chance of collapsing the cave mouth. If it
Okay.
is placed within the cave.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
Not guaranteed, just a
I'm gonna
chance.
put it down. Yeah. Let's. Hmm. Mm,
Kind of still thinking.
yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. I'm gonna set up the glyph. Like about 10 feet away from the mouth of the cave. So that like the explosion wouldn't hit it necessarily. And then
Do you
set
want
the
the...
condition to.
So I missed it because I was typing to Noxy. You want the glyph on the outside or inside of the cave?
Outside.
Outside? Okay.
So yeah. It can cover an area no larger than 10 feet in diameter.
Okay.
So basically centered on the path outside of the cave entrance.
Mm-hmm.
A glyph, like a 10-foot glyph that. Would you let me set a specific number of creatures that would need to be on it? Or.
Can I see the spell, please?
Yeah. should be in the chat. Like the oh no, it isn't. Okay, hold on.
It ain't.
It ain't. Big wall.
That is a wall for sure. Just a minute.
Yeah. So
What was your question about it? How many people to trigger?
yeah, if I could set a condition of a certain number of creatures at once.
Yeah. You decide what triggers the glyph when you cast. So yes.
Okay, so let's say when there are 4 or more creatures in the glyph, it'll explode into lightning.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to set up?
That'll be it for now. That's
How
gonna
about?
be an hour of my time in a level 3 spell slot. So
Yeah. I'm assuming a password for Leo to use.
Since it's like 4 or more people, I don't think I need to.
Fair enough.
I'm sure Leo will be outside of the range of the glyph by the time 4 people get there.
Hopefully. Okay. So yeah, an hour is going to pass outside. Basically, y'all are chilling at the lake. There's something going on in the cave ahead of you. Leo's pretty sure he saw them talking to ghosts. There's a group of 12 to 15 cultists outside. Jaina has placed an exploding glyph of lightning at the entrance of the cave. This is going to take her about an hour. You have a group of 20 people with you from the sailing ship, and you're all just kind of chilling in the grass right now, unless there's other things you want to prep or talk about or do. We do have to end fairly shortly tonight. It's going to be a short session, so I just wanted to do any final tidy up and prepare for next session, if you have it on your mind.
I think Samira will spend the hour coordinating and organizing with the crew to set them up in good spots where they can't be easily seen from inside the cave, so that we are not detected too quickly.
Okay. I'll give you the option of actually drawing that out if you want to. Place 20 points around something and I can put it on the map if that's your jam. Otherwise, I'll just do it myself.
I think I think Samira is working in conjunction with the so she's not giving orders, she's just sort of consulting with them. So I think
Okay.
at the end of the day, they might know best how to use their own forces.
Fair enough. All right, Leo, you're doing anything in this hour?
He will quietly be observing the inside of the cave. Like, he'll be like a little bit past where the glyphs are being set up,
Okay.
and he will just be listening to what is going on inside and just making sure that nothing is coming towards them as we are setting this up.
Okay. Then I am going to want you to do a you can do an investigation, or you can do an arcana check, or religion, anything you think is going to apply to your listening, and it'll be a different answer depending.
Perception?
That'll be general. You won't hear too much other than what you already know. But feel free. Perception might give you perception might reveal clues that are good. So it's not a bad thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk you down. There is things in perception that could be actually very advantageous.
Well, yeah, perception is seeing, listening, etc. It's the whole spectrum of observation. Minus insight, but that's insight is observing a person. 13, damn.
Not so good. Okay. So you're not learning anything new with that, unfortunately. Nothing more than you've already seen. So, yeah. Just continued whispers. It's hard for you to hear them. They're decently far away, but you're just watching and waiting, making sure no one is approaching you. And so far, for this hour, nobody is. On that note, unless there's anything else anybody would like to do, I think we'll end the session here just because of rhythm. We could like start into action in like the last 10 minutes, but that just feels weird to me. So, yeah, the momentum and all that jazz, you know how it is. Thank you everybody for watching Zotian Epoch. Players, do you have any final things you want to go over?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, we'll join in 2 weeks. The what?
They will explode into lightning.
Yes, I love a good lightning attack. All about it. Bring out the inner Nami in you. All right, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. And we're gonna get into some sort of combat next week, and there be ghosts in them hills. Have a lovely week. Take care of yourselves, and stay warm if it's cold where you are. And
Later.
dry if it's wet where you are, and all that jazz. Okay, bye.